That coach is waiting for us on our bench. Yeah, that was confusing. Black and red again. Black and red. Why? He wants us to change jersey out of the white. I know, seriously. How late do I have to get home? What's that?
You tell him better apart now than you could the last game.
Yeah. He went, that's what he bought at Target. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yep. We can go off and take off our white jerseys after they go put on white jerseys. So this guy is trying to talk us into changing out of our white sweaters because I think white is normally reserved for the home team, but the home team's wearing gray. Well, all I know is he better sing one heck of a rendition of the national anthem. It's cold. They really are.
Oh my goodness. And the boys are heading to the locker room to change their sweaters to the red sweaters because they smell better. Is the home team going to put white on? Slater going to change here. They should all have brought out the jersey. They should change the center ice for it. Oh, more lights turned on. That was nice. All right, hockey fans. So the Utica Junior Comets came out in their white sweaters and after warm-ups had to go change because the home team wears white. Although you'll notice the home team's wearing gray. I don't understand. So that is an adorable hat being worn by the Westchester Express coach. And you'll notice the Utica Junior Comets have matching hats as well. They went out to Target. That Westchester coach tried attacking Coach Bernard after the game, and we still don't know why from earlier. But anyway, so Utica, the visiting team in red, going from right to left versus the Westchester Express, the home team in gray, not white. Face off, dumped in by Westchester, held by Watt. Back behind the net, sent over along the side. Tyler Main can't catch it from the point. Fired in the slot, gets deflected, goes wide into the corner. Collected by Westchester, up to the point. Fired by Giuliano Stagno, right into the glove of McAllister Watt for save number 1. 0-0 here in the first period. 16:41 remains on the clock. Number 34, Ricard Traumar takes that face-off. It's won by Slater Sandor. Puck sent around back behind the net, collected on the far side by Verano. Mark gives this to Van Wee. Van Wee trying to shake his coverage. Can't, loses the puck. Oh, the one-team miss. Centering pass. Miss. Near side from the point. Zach Mikhail misses. Puck sent in on the far side. Mark Verano is going to try to get it reset. Passes his puck up to Sandor. Slater Sandor, 2-on-2, centering pass, and I don't think that made it to the goalie. It certainly did not make it to Daniel Hinman. Sandor regains possession in the neutral zone, loses it. Oh, the ice is slippery today. And that puck is dumped all the way back. Jimmy Law going back to play on it. He's going to pick that up off the boards. He's got Sandor on the far side, and he passes to where Sandor used to be a minute ago instead of where Sandor was heading. Rocco fires that puck forward. A little sloppy on the get-go. I bet you they would have been more crisp in the white jerseys. Official holds that one in for us. Well, that doesn't really do us any good. Rocco Weaver back in the defensive end, trying to clear that puck out, trying to get a little bit of help from Jimmy Law. Law gets into Aceto. Collin pushes this by Novello, takes that shot, save made. Dalin rebound off the side of net, comes into the corner. Dalin loses his twig, and it better not be broken because I don't want to buy a new one this weekend. Puck sent up. Weaver can't catch this at the point. Oh, turns around, makes a play on it. Nucci gives that over to Tyler Main, and Main fires that in. It gets deflect that go out of play. All right, so face off. Must have been an offside. Mucha taking the draw against Ryan Vicari. Vicari wins that faceoff, pulls that puck back. Westchester feeds this to Novello. Novello goes all the way down the length of the ice. LeBeouf, tried setting it behind to go for Van Wee. Ended up passing it to Lacerbo of Westchester. LeBeouf picks his puck up. LeBeouf on the far side. Joseph hits that blue line, jumps that puck in, played on by the goaltender, Finn Whalen. Sends that up along the far side. Ryan Vicari trying to get it out, held in by Campbell. Puck is on the yellow board, pulled out by Nucci. Now taking this puck the other way, number 91 for the other team. I'm sure he has a name. Van Wee cuts him off, though, gets that puck behind Lacerbo, trying that wraparound stuff or near side stuff, not able to do it. Jack Carpenter gets that puck out into the neutral zone, played by Stagno. Stagno. Puck gets pitched, goes over to the far side. Campbell trying to put a hit on Sean Foley. Foley coming in, puts that on goal save made by McAllister Watt. 0-0 with 13:54 to go in this opening period here at Brewster Ice Arena, home of the Westchester Express. There's the faceoff. Drew Main wins that draw, pulls that puck back to Campbell, gets sent down the length of the ice. Tyler chasing after it, and it's icing. Drew Main's going to take that face-off again, wins it again, played off the boards again by Daniel Hinman. Now this puck comes back. Sandor picks us up behind the goal, fires it back for Hinman. Hinman can't catch it. Puck played around by Dennis Batemans, and now it's turned over. Jack Carpenter trying to get to that puck, and he gets wrapped up. Nice back-checking by Jordan Millar. Puck comes up on the near side. Batemans sends this down, collected by Hinman. Hinman has 67 all over him. Hinman puts 67 into the boards, coming in. Westchester Express picks that puck up, turns, shot, save made. McAllister Watt. 13:12 to go in this opening period. 0-0 is the score. Please remember to subscribe. It makes you cool, and it doesn't cost anything. He's calling a cross-check penalty on Hinman. So didn't even see that one coming. Utica Junior Comets penalty number 15, Daniel Hinman, 2-minute minor for a cross-check, according to the official. The public address announcer said rough. Maybe that's the only word he knows. Time of the minor penalty, 3:48. And on the penalty kill, here comes Colin Aceto. Aceto feeds Dalin, and he misses the open net. Oh, going to have to drive home with his window open. Centering pass missed by everybody. Comes up at the top of the circle, being fed in by Ricard's Trailmarks in the trapezoid, looking from Gretzky's office. Centering pass gets denied. Back into the trapezoid it goes. LeBeouf ties up his player, number 66. 60 sends it out to the point. Now center point, now over on the near side for Ricard's. Trailmarks backhand. Goal! Zach McHale, 23. .23 from 34. I think 66 was at the point, but I don't have a name for him, so I'm not going to say it. So it is a Westchester Express power play goal scored by number 23, Zach Mikhail, assisted by number 34, Ricard Tralmarks. 23 from 34, and somebody better make sure that the automatic external defibrillator is fully charged for our public address announcer. It is 1-0 Westchester ahead of Utica. Puck comes out to the point, ripped from the point, just wide. Back to pick it up is Mark Verano. Verano not able to hold on to that. Van Wee goes back to play that puck, sends it up along the boards for Verano. Verano grabs it at the half board, sends this down the length of the ice, and Campbell hustling after it. No icing. Campbell in there with Novello tied up in the corner. Verano now along the half boards with Sam Waselko. Waselko able to get that out. Van Wee picks that puck up, and he's getting absolutely molested. Van Wee grabs the stick and pulls down Christian Bianco to the ice, and there's no call for it. Nice soft check by Hinman. Pass behind Vakari. Vakari takes this into the corner. Vakari stops at the corner. Skates this back, drops it back off to the trapezoid. Out in front, Lacerbo. Lacerbo center point, and it's taken away by Mark Verano. Here comes Verano ahead of the pack. Verano now can't get that shot off, and he's driven into the post by Frankie Lacerbo. One might expect a hook or a trip or a penalty shot even. But you're not going to get any of that here, not from these officials. "1-0 game in favor of the Westchester Express. 10:48 remaining in the first period. Officials checking his pockets to make sure his bribe is still there. I'm just kidding. Refs don't take bribes. That was a terrible, terrible joke. Westchester wins that draw. Ricard Traumack not able to receive that pass. Picking it up off the half board. Stagno sends that back behind the net to the far side. Now sends it in at the edge of the trapezoid. Comes back up high for Ernest Lucitis. Gives this to the point. Back to Lucitis. Lucitis sends this in, and that's going to get covered up by McAllister Watt. 10:26 remaining in the first period. 1-0 Westchester Express with the lead. Drew Main taking the face off. Face off won by Westchester, and it's a goal. Number 66 finds the 5-hole on Watt. Off the face-off. Westchester goal scored by number 66. Assisted by number 24, Ernestus Lucitis off the face-off. Time of the Westchester Express goal, 6:38 of the first period, and they lead 2-0. Aceto almost able to hold that in with his shoulder. Picked up by Ernestus Lucitis, sends this across. Dalin slowed it down. Now it comes back as Colin Aceto. I got a piece of that taken away by 66. Dalin throws Ricard's Trailmarks down to the ice. Puck sent back out into the neutral zone. Now it comes back into the Utica end. Picked up by Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee sends this behind the net. Flies into the air. Jimmy Law tries to feed Aceto. Couldn't get it to him. Ricard's Trailmarks with this puck. Trailmarks in. Shot. Save. And that puck gets cleared by Aiden Van Wee. Dallin hustling after Giuliano. Stagno taking his time, able to get to that puck first, though. Puck gets fired up to Ricard's Trailmarks. Trailmarks loses it. Jordan Millar picks this up and skates it in front of his goalie. Goes down, cuts that back behind his net. Aceto steals that puck in the slot, trying to get a shot off. Can't do it. Giuliano Stagno recovers. Puck comes into the neutral zone, and Van Wee ices it. We'll have a face-off down by McAllister Watt for the Utica Junior Comets. 9:09 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Westchester lead. Campbell with the faceoff wins the draw. Controlled by Verano. Gets this out. Fired back in by Zach Mikhail. That's going to be an offside. And that should really go all the way down the length of the ice because of how intentional it was. Just saying. He's explaining to a 17-year-old what offsides is. Here's the faceoff. Clearly, official doesn't know. Jasper Marino lost his glove. Puck goes into the corner. Weaver gets it out. Gets picked off, though, by Joseph Intravaya. That puck gets dumped in. Watt stalls it behind the net. Stolen by Westchester. Puck comes over to Hinman. That should probably be an interference against Utica, but, you know, I don't know. Whatever. Watt stalls that in the trapezoid. LaBeouf with it. Feeds this over to Campbell. Campbell tries firing it up. Caught at the blue line by Jasper Marino. He tries firing it forward. Hinman not able to keep this puck. It's still in the zone. Gunnar Lavoie with it. Lavoie drops it off Intravaya. Intravaya shot. Save made. McAllister Watt holding on. And we've got some extracurriculars going on between Intravaya and Weaver. Oh, no. That's Lavoie. I think it's 93, not 92. 93. Oh, we have a player down on the ice. I did not even see that. So that's Intravaya that's down on the ice. So it looks like we've got incidental minor penalties. Utica Junior Comets, number 7. And they are roughing. So Utica Junior Comets, number 7, Mark Verano. Westchester Express, number 22, Brendan Asta. Incidental minor penalties, both for roughing. Time of the penalties, 8:53 of the first period. 5-on-5 hockey ensues. That shot misses, goes off the glass, comes all the way up to the point. Rowan Novello fires this into the corner. Dane Wee putting pressure on in the corner, as is Drew Main. Puck comes loose. Westchester has it. Number 88, Christian Bianco fires that, misses wide. Sandor picks this up in the corner, rips this down the length of the ice, and that's going to be icing. Drew Main taking the face off against Ernestus Lucitis. Drew wins the draw. Sandor sends this off the glass, held in at the point by Jordan Millar. Reaching back, 66, sends this into the corner, back behind the goal. Van Wee gets tied up with Lucitis. Coming in is Trailmarks to pull this puck. It comes up to the point for Stagno. Shot fired, save made by Watt. Van Wee fires this along the near side. Picked up by Carpenter. Jack over the center line. Now denied by 66. Now feeds this to Tyler. Tyler tried dumping it in. Puck got blocked by Jordan Millar. This one gets by Millar. Stagno picks it up, and we've got a delayed penalty. It's an interference call against Westchester. So Westchester penalty number 27, Jordan Millar, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 27, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 9:56 of the first period, and it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Van Wee, Carpenter, Main, and Weaver out there. And Drew passes this to Rocco in the neutral zone. That was silly. Drew gives this back to Rocco. Rocco but getting pressured by 66. Puck fed over, and now Van Wee with it. Van Wee to Weaver. Weaver back over to Carpenter. Jack breaks into the O-zone. Takes that shot. Save made. Swept away by the goalie. Now 66 clears this up. At the point, Rocco Weaver feeds this into the corner for Van Wee. Van Wee sends this across. That gets deflected off the stick of 66 and way out of play. We'll have a face-off in the express zone. 128 remaining in the player advantage for Utica. 6:32 in the first period. Aceto coming in for, Sandor? Dan-Dalin? Dan-Dalin's going to take the face-off. Pulls this puck back for Aceto. Aceto feeds it out to the point for Hinman. Hinman to Aceto. Aceto, center point. Sandor shot. Save made by the goaltender, number 60, who could be Finn Whalen. Nice puck movement by the Junior Comets. They had that planned out. This time, looks like Dallin's going to pull this back for Aceto, but instead, number 21 wins Sam Waselko. And that puck goes out of play before the song stopped playing. Oh, the coaches are sharing their interpretations of the rule. The officials have no interpretations of the rule. So we're going to leave the face-off inside the zone. Dallin with the face-off, pulls this back. Sandor shot, save made, rebound goes over to the far side to race to it. And the Express get to it first. Joseph Intravaya. Intravaya in shot, save made. It's out of the zone. No, I'm kidding. The official had a puck in his pocket. And here, I just thought he was happy the whole time. 1:01 to go in the power play for Utica. 6:05 in the first period. Face-off won by Westchester. Tyler Main bringing this over the center line. Tyler going in. Drew trailing. Tyler spins around. He's got Drew and Aiden on the other side. Kicks his puck into the corner, back behind the net, and fired around. Stagno picks it up, tries clearing it. Drew Main catches it. Drew at the point, couldn't get this around Waselko. Waselko coming back with it. Pass into the middle. Drew Main tips this, goes over the end. Centering pass, it goes off the skate of Weaver. Drew Main misses that puck and puts on a hit. If that's not interference, I'm not exactly sure what is. Carpenter takes that puck back behind the net, reaches for it, and he gets hit in retaliation by Intravaya. And with that move right there, these officials have lost control of this game less than 10 minutes into gameplay. He called them both for slashing. What's that? Now, incidental minor penalties. Westchester, number 92, Joseph Intravaya, and Utica Junior Comets, number 23, Tyler Main. Incidental minor slashes. Nice moves by James Law there. Could not pull the trigger to get that shot off. Blocked that with his skate. Didn't realize it. 66 takes it away. Goes into his trapezoid. Chased by Colin Aceto. Aceto steals that puck. Couldn't take it. And that came out. Now with it is 97 Brady Johan. Sends this all the way across to the far side. Puck drops down. Aceto snaps it back to Dalin. Dalin fires his forward for Colin. Colin bringing his puck forward. Couldn't get a shot off. He's got Dalin making a break. Dalin's going to go try to pick this up in the trapezoid and does. Dalin centering pass. And first one there is Ricard's Trailmarks. Picks that puck up and takes it end to end. Flicks it over for Rohan Novello. Novello couldn't settle it for a shot. Sends this back behind the goal in the trapezoid. There's a centering pass. Misses the entire express. Looking for the local. That Lucitis picks that puck up, fires it, tries getting the rebound off the backboard, misses it completely. Van Wee takes this puck on the far side. Van Wee absorbs a check from Ricard's Trailmarks, drives that puck forward in deep. Mucha, Nucci, and that puck rides the rail and comes out into the neutral zone. It gets by momentarily, Rocco Weaver. Loose puck, nice hook by LeBeouf. It's hard to call a game when they don't follow the rules. LeBeouf brings this puck back out into the neutral zone. Gets wrapped up, loses possession. Puck goes to number 91. Fires this all the way across far side to Frankie Locerbo. Locerbo shot save made by Watt. Puck held in at the point by Foley. Fires this into the near corner. Coming over to pick it up is LeBeouf. Gets this out into the neutral zone. Knocked down out of the air. Foley on the far side. Nucci on him. Foley fires that in. Watt tries to settle it. Puck goes to the corner. Frankie Locerbo there. He gets checked, and it's a bottle popper shot and a goal by Ryan Vicari, number 16. So Westchester goal scored by number 16, Ryan Vicari. Time of the Westchester Express goal, 14:18 of the first period. Drew Main wins that face-off, pulls that puck to Jack Carpenter. Carpenter brings this over the blue line, has his pocket picked, puck taken away by the Express. Sam Waselko fires this across at the blue line. Verano picks this up, comes back into the middle, stopped by Jack Pelzar. Pelzar can't keep it. Drew Main in the ozone. Drew sends this across, couldn't get knocked out of the air by Jack Carpenter. Verano couldn't keep that puck in, comes out. Van Wee fires this into the far side. Drew's got to hustle out. He checks up onside. And coming out with this puck, Westchester Express, Jack Pelzar almost loses to Carpenter. Does lose it to Maine. Carpenter shot, save, made. Rebound picked up by Christian Bianco on the far side. Bianco takes us up along the boards through the neutral zone. Tries cutting us into the middle. Swept away by Van Wee. Feeds Sandor. Sandor back to Aiden. Aiden Van Wee. We got a delayed penalty against Westchester. And that gets touched. So it is a Westchester penalty on number 93, Gunnar Lavoie. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 93, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 15:16 of the first period. And it's another power play opportunity for the Utica Junior Comets. Let's see if they can convert on this opportunity. Dalin for the faceoff. Law pulls his puck away. It's fed too far in front of Aceto. Aceto sends this back to Hinman. Hinman sends this up through the air into the trapezoid. Sandor knocked down twice. Aceto picks this puck up on the near side. Top of the circle. Drops it back to Hinman from the point. Feeds it for Aceto. Can't get it to him. Knocked out into the neutral zone by 66. Stagno trying to clear it out. Grabbed by Aceto. 66 trying to steal it. And Collins picks this puck up. Breaks into the offensive end. Hinman making a move towards the goal. Tried jumping around Zach Mikhail. And we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be a hooking penalty against Westchester. Oh, no. Wait. So Westchester penalty number 24, Ernest Lucitis, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 24, 2 minutes hook. Time of the minor penalty, 15:51 of the first period. And it's a 5-on-3. Law feeds this back to Drew. Shot no goal! A power play goal for Drew Main as he is fed the puck by number 8, Jimmy Law. So Utica Junior Comets power play goal scored by number 13, Drew Main, assisted by number 8, James Law. Main from Law, 13 from 8. Time on the power play goal, 16:05, and it's now 3-1, and it's a 5-on-4 power play. Sandor, feeds Rocco. Weaver fans on that pass. Picked up by Intravaya. Intravaya comes in. That shot is knocked away and goes out of play off of Sandor. These pucks just got pocketfuls of. These refs have pocketfuls of. Yeah, never mind. So we still got, I think it's a minute 24 of a penalty on Ernest Lucitis. Battle for that puck, knock up, Law coming back. James picks this puck up, brings it back into the trapezoid. Drops it up for Sandor. 15 seconds to go. Sandor hits Aceto. Colin over the blue line. Colin in, drops his back for Verano. Mark shot, and it goes off the stick of Roland Novello and out of play with 4.2 seconds to go in the opening period. Aceto in to take the face-off. Comes back, knocked up to the point. Sandor tries jumping it in, goes into the corner, and that'll do it. Oh, that won't do it. Oh, more extracurricular. So shots on goal first period. Utica Junior Comets with 8. Westchester Express with 14. According to the public address announcer. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81. Deep Breeze Cleaning Services, exterior cleaning 315.com. Top Notch Construction and Roofing at topnotchroofingcny.com. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure needs. If you have it built in His glory. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course on Tinker Tavern Road in Alaska. If you want to be Greenside, you gotta be Streamside. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Tinker Tavern Road of Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. So both coaches pretty animated over there. Ricard's trail marks doesn't seem to care what his coach is talking about. He's just skating around in circles. It looks like the scorekeepers figured out how to use the clock. 51 seconds remaining in the penalty against number 24, Erasmus Lucitis. Oh. And at the end of the period, number 7, Rohan Novello, for his extracurriculars after the period ended, a 2-minute minor for roughing. Rohan Novello, time of that minor penalty, 17-0 of the first period. Check it out, A Positive Influence on YouTube. Please subscribe. So into the box goes Novello. A 5-on-3 for 51 seconds. Complain enough and they'll just let you do it. Late change, 66 comes in. Sandor receives that puck off the face of, feeds it over to Weaver. Weaver to Tyler Main. Tyler over the center line. 66 loses his stick. Good thing he came onto the ice. Tyler stands on that pass to Sandor. Rocco Weaver helps him out. Sandor over to Weaver. Weaver misses. He's got to go over and play that puck off the wall. Back to Sandor. Sandor tries sneaking it through the 5-hole. Nothing doing. Rebound comes over for Drew. And Sandor in the corner. We're going to get an elbow on Drew. For leaning it on the kid's hip. So Utica Junior Comets penalty number 13, Drew Main. 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 13, 2 minutes for an elbow. Time of the minor penalty, 0:31 of the second period. And so now it's 5-on-4 for 21 seconds. Face off won by Utica. Slater Sandor with it. Feed this over to Tyler Main. Tyler cuts into the middle. The shake off loses the defender. Tried to feed that through the legs of Jordan Millar. Not able to. Millar clears that puck. Rocco Weaver picks this up in the neutral zone. Weaver feeds this over to Verano. Mark goes into the corner with it. Tries to center that. It's knocked away by by Lucitis, who's on the ice now. Lucitis released from the box. Shot save made by Watt. 4-on-4 hockey. And Slater Sanders got 2 guys on him. And Tyler Main is being hugged from behind by Stagno. Incidental minor penalties. Westchester Express, number 21, Sam Waselko, 2-minute minor for roughing. Utica Junior Comets, number 71, Slater Sandor, 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of the incidental minor penalties, 1:09 of the second period. All right, 4-on-4 hockey. Face off one, comes back to Mackay. Feeds this over to Brady June. Now it's back behind the Utica goal. Got Rage Against the Machine playing. That's not going to add to the intensity of the game at all. Pulling this puck out in front. Shot, save Watt. Loose puck, Aceto trying to grab it and knock it out. Picked up, though, by Zach McKeel. And he's going to bring this back into his neutral zone to get reset. It is 4-on-4 hockey. Dalin breaks into the offensive zone to put some pressure. Oh, just missed that puck. Comes across. It goes off of Aceto's skate. Colin picks his puck up, takes it back behind his net. He fake ripping it off to Dalin. Goes back by Van Wee. Now Hinman. Daniel feeds us out for himself. Gives it to Aceto. Oh, Aceto tries to quickly back it. Unable to. 66 shot. Glove save. McAllister Watt. So it is now a single player advantage for Westchester as they're on the power play for 23 more seconds. Baseball comes over to the board. 66 fires this in deep. Back to play at Ricard's Talbot. He's got Van Lee on, and puck goes over to the corner. Lucitis over to get it. Back to 66. Out to Lucitis. Lucitis top of the center point. Feeds us over into the corner. Centering pass swapped away. Lucitis shot. Gets tipped. Goes off the backboard. Collected by 66 on the near side. Feeds us in back behind the goal. And the teams are even as that goal gets buried by Ernest Lucitis. It is now 4-1 in favor of Westchester. Westchester Express goal scored by number 24, Ernest Lucitis. Time of the goal, 2:33 of the second period. There's the space comes back to the Westchester and Western corrals this, fires this up. That got touched by Gunnar Lavoie. To avoid the icing, puck is in and deep now into the corner. Lavoie over for it. Campbell gets a piece of it. Comes up for Nucci. Here goes Nucci trying to bring that in. That gets deflected into the Utica Junior Comets bench while the face-off. Probably at center ice. And we're right there at that dot. One of the two. Aceto in for the faceoff, wins that draw. Verano pushes the code, breaks into the offensive zone, tried passing it over for Colin. Colin couldn't reach it. Colin keeps battling it, takes that puck into the corner. Jack Pelzar buries him with his elbow. Down, trying to feed us back to Aceto. Comes out high, down, stops it with his leg. Puck is loose, picked up by Westchester Express's Christian Bianco. Goes back behind his goal. Feeds this up to Gunnar Lavoie at the blue line. Lavoie back over to Bianco. Bianco into the offensive end. Feeds this puck over to Baytens. Baytens drops it back to the point. Then a cross shot fired by Novello. Misses off the backboard near side. Check put on by James Love. Puck picked up by LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf couldn't keep it. This comes back behind Aceto. And Colin's going to go pick this puck up and feed it over. Oh, missed pass. Picked up by Dallas. He feeds this out to LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf at center ice. It's checked. Aceto brings this into the offense, and then puck goes right from Rohan Novello. Novello attacked by Dallas. Able to get this out into the neutral zone. James Law there with it. can't find that puck. It's behind him. And Law's going to go in for bad checking. It's a cross check on Jimmy Law. So Utica Junior Comets penalty number 8, James Law. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Number 8, 2 minutes cross-check. Time of that minor penalty, 4:02 of the second period. And the Westchester Express have a player advantage here in the second period. Puck fed over to Lucidas. Lucidas by centering it goes right to Tyler Maine, and Maine's able to clear that. Goes down chased after by Brady June. June picks this up, goes to his trapezoid to get reset. June comes up on the near side, feeds this all the way across, and it gets fed back to 66. 66 trying to get around Weaver. Weaver gets enough of it to move that puck into the corner. Fed back up at the half board, center point toward June. June gives us over to the side. Shot taken by Trail Marks and hits the glass. It comes out into the neutral zone. Lucidas with it. Lucidas gives this over to June. June, Tyler Maine coming back as Trail Marks to pick this puck up. Trail Marks passes this up to 66, back out to Lucidas, Lucidas in deep, looking for somebody to pass to. Fires this over on the far side for Trailmark. Trailmark sends this back to Lucidas. Lucidas skates up, drops this back to Trailmark. Trailmark tries feeding this through, and that puck's grabbed by Tyler Maine and fed over onto the side to avoid anybody in the slot. Centering pass, that gets blocked, knocked away, held in by Stagno. Fires it on net, save made by Watt. Rebound in the corner, Rocco Weaver pulls this up, skate over to Stagno, holds this in at the point position, fires this, gets deflected by Troutmark, goes into the corner, dropped back into the trapezoid by Lucidas. Played it back there by Troutmark. Troutmark tries to feed this over to the corner for 66. 66 hits Lucidas. Lucidas passes this across to Stagno. Stagno had to receive that pass between his legs. Now feeds back in. Lucidas shot, save Watt. Watt sticks to the side. Puck is grabbed. Drew Maine held in by Novello. Or Stagno fired. Teams are even. Watt doesn't have his stick. He's calling for it. It's not being sent to him, and McAllister holds on to that puck for the face-off. Somebody give that goalie his stick. 10:44 remaining in the second period. 4-1 Westchester Express lead over the Utica Junior Comets. Mucha in for the face-off, pulls his puck back up, shot goes on net, and diving all over him, McAllister Watt. Mucha again for the face-off against Makari. Puck comes back into the corner, and that gets cleared out by Slater Sandor. Hustling after Sean Foley, fires it off the glass into the neutral zone, touched into the middle for Vakari. Vakari couldn't keep it. Puck comes back to the Westchester end. Foley fires this up into the neutral zone again. Van Wheat able to slow it down. Campbell picks it up, feeds this back for Mucha. Mucha couldn't get to it. Jordan Millar sends that puck in deep. Sandor picks this up through the trapezoid, runs into some trouble. He's got a reverse headlock. I think it looks like the camel clutch. Puck comes around Campbell, pressed up against the boards. Mucha gets it out into the neutral zone, knocked off Millar, fires this puck back in deep. Off by Sandor, sends it back into the neutral zone. Foley rips this in. And that should have been an icing, but it's waved off. It's hard to see these lines. The ice is so thick. Slater Sandor in the corner, battling with Lucerbo. He goes down. And Lucerbo is going to go to the box. So Westchester Express penalty number 4, Frankie Lacervo, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 4, 2 minutes hold. Time of the minor penalty, 7:22 of the second period. And it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Tyler Main in for the face-off. Loose puck. Hinman with the shot. Save made. Verano overplay on that puck. Not able to get it. Tyler Main does. Main sends this up along the board for Drew. Drew Main at the hash mark, trying to make some space between him and Asta. He does. He just over. Comes to Weaver. Weaver. Shot. Advancing. Goal! Goal scored by number 15, Daniel Hinman. Probably coach's kid. Of course it did. Utica Junior Comets power play goal scored by number 15, Daniel Hinman. Time of the Junior Comets power play goal, 7:45 of the second period. This puck goes back to the express corner, ripped all the way around near side Slater Sandor. Oh, he's going to play it, but it's picked up by Jack Pelzar. He fires this all the way down. Ricard Pralmar centering pass, and Sandor able to knock it over to the side. Held in by Stagno in the corner, centering pass, grabbed by Jimmy Law. Law to Dalin. Dalin going wide left. Dalin trying to go in. He gets slashed. Puck grabbed by Stagno. Sent around Casino on the near side. Loses that puck. Coming away with it is 66. 66 into the offensive end. Turns around, centering pass. Tipped away by Carpenter. That puck gets touched into the zone by Traumar. With a check on Verano. Carpenter sends that out into the neutral zone. Played up off the glass. Casino knocking it down. Puck comes back, sent it to the middle. And Nooch almost had it with him, almost fell down. Traumar over at the blue line, misses his check as Aceto comes through with the puck. Aceto, that's a big offside. Yeah, Nucci, wrong side of the blue line. Just because you're looking at your teammate doesn't mean you're on side. Neutral zone face-off, 7:51 remains. Puck comes back. And then passes over to Van Lee. Van Lee up to Nooch. Nooch sends this into the corner for Mucha. Mucha using the body. Puck comes out. Nucci with it. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Grab by June. Brady feeds this over to Bianco. Bianco into the Ozo. Shot gets blocked by Hinman. Hinman again with another block. Feeds this up to Mucha. Mucha tries to get it to Hinman. Eventually, Hinman receives it. Passes this over to Nooch. Nooch with the shot. Save. And that puck is played out by the Westchester goalie. Van Wee tips that. No icing. Van Wee going after it with Waselko. Waselko, puck is back behind. Van Wee back there. Has it in neutral zone. Now Hinman picks it up. Hinman sends this up along the board. Campbell checked into the board. Puck reaches McKyle. McKyle loses it. Foley back to get it. Sean Foley fires this off the glass down the length of the ice. Van Wee got enough of it. Hinman sends this up along the board for himself. Verano trying to bring that out into the middle. Hinman with it, lifts that puck, sends it all the way down, hits the base of the board, and stays still. Foley rips this around. Mark Verano pulls this into the corner. Verano centering pass, grabbed by Foley. Foley sends this down and ices that puck, and we'll bring the face-off back down to the Westchester Express end of the Brewster Ice Arena 1998 rink. The other one is the 1999 ring. I think the other one 1 year newer than this one. Romaine with the face-off loses the draw to Vicari. Westchester trying to clear that out. Sandor holds this at the point, sends this across. Puck gets turned over. Westchester able to send that in behind Weaver. And shortstop Vicari comes back, feeds this up to the point from the point shot. Save made, goes off of Watt into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the Utica end. 5:58 remaining in the second period. 4-2 Westchester Express lead the Utica Junior Comets. Romaine in for the draw against Vicari. Vicari takes it into the corner. Vicari still with it in the trapezoid. Vicari over on the near side looking for somebody to pass to. Sends this all the way across the point position. Goes into the glove of Watt. Drops down. Romaine sends this in behind. Lucervo picks this puck up. Frankie in the corner. Goes back into the trapezoid. Meets Slater Sandor. Sends this up to the point. Fires back into the corner. Back out to the point for Brady June. June sends this in deep. Picked up on the far side by 91. He doesn't have a name. This puck comes out at the blue line. Shot fired. Saved. Watt drops down off the glass. Lucervo picks it up. Lucervo loses edge. Goes down. Takes out Tyler May. Point to point. Pass back to the near point. 97 shot. Glove save by McAllister. Watt. 5:12 remaining in the second period. 4-2 Westchester lead over Utica. Colanacino in to take the face-off against Joseph Intravaya. Intravaya wins the draw from the point, fired in, gets deflected by Intravaya and goes nowhere. Acino takes this into the trap, it sends this around for Law. Law can't get to it. Jack Pelzar battling, trying to push his puck back in. Law trying to get it out. Pelzar fires this in, goes towards the corner. Van Lee pick it up. Nope, reaching to grab it. Intravaya loses it, and Aiden Van Lee has it. Aiden Van Lee, board pass for Law. Law, board pass for himself. Jimmy going in, has Dalin in the middle. Tried passing it to him, and Stagno deflects that puck back behind the net. Dalin across, never makes it to Acino. Puck is picked off by Intravaya. Intravaya weaving his way in, can't get by Van Wee. Now behind 22 shots, save Watt. Rebound in the corner. Intravaya sends it behind the goal. Marino in the corner sends it back over for Intravaya. Intravaya up to the point for Mikhail. Mikhail sends it back in. Colanacino steals his puck. Feeds Dallin, and Dallin never saw it. We're going to have to get his eyes checked when we get home. I don't think Cameron ever saw that puck. I don't know if he looked back or kind of the puck got passed forward, but boy, that would have been a great feed pass for him. Face off to the left side of Watt, won by Westchester, and Watt scrambles out to cover that puck up. Moonshot taking a face off against Lucitis. Puck grabbed by Sandor. He sends this off the glass, knocked down by 66. And Verano comes away with it. Mark, hard pass to Campbell. Campbell tried feeding Mooch and gets deflected. Foley over to pick it up. Foley. Oh, it's kicked away by Verano. Verano in front. And that shot goes wide. Mucha couldn't get it on net. Shot taken. Campbell in front. Foley deflects it, and that is covered up by the Westchester goalie. While Mucha and Foley continue to battle. No whistle, you don't stop. They couldn't find the puck they were looking for. It was underneath the glove of the Westchester Express goaltender. 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-2 game. Westchester in the lead. Mucha in for another faceoff. Pulls this puck over to the boards. Hinman sends this towards the net. And at the trap, the puck goes up high, dropped down by Muja, and he couldn't center it to Verano. Wet two Sectarians all over him. Battle in the trapezoid. Campbell trying to get his stick free. Puck sent around, picked up by Sandor at the point. He sends this in deep as he gets punched in the face. Came in with it, shot low. Oh, just wide. Sandor coming over, blocks that puck as it got chopped at by Paul Bunyan. Puck goes off of the goaltender's glove behind the net and drops down in front. Westchester trying to get it out, and it comes into the neutral zone. Sandor in possession. He and Verano have a quick discussion. That puck is stolen by Lavoie. Lavoie couldn't keep it with him. Hinman sends this through the air. Drops down for Brady June. June sends this all the way back across. It goes right to Hinman. Hinman feeds Drew. Drew fires it. Save made. Verano with the shot. Goes wide. At the hash mark, puck picked up by Gunnar Lavoie. Lavoie couldn't get this out as Hinman sends this back in deep. So I believe that's Hinman that's down. All right, Hinman is being held onto the bench. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 2:27 to go in the second period. The Westchester Express players are taunting the injuries of the fans. Face-off, Drew Main pulls his puck forward. Tries to get it past Stagno. Does goes into the corner. Stagno there, though. Stagno sends this puck around on the near side. Fires this out into the neutral zone. Caught by Rocco Weaver. Weaver board pass to Drew Main. Main can't keep it in. His puck gets sent back. Played on by Watt. He fires this up. Caught by the Express. Cut over into the middle. Looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Millar. Shot, save, made. Millar again. Shot, save again. And Watt's going to cover that one up in the crease. 1:51 to go in the second period. Aceto, Law, Dalin out there on offense. Sandor and LeBeau on D. Face off comes back to Westchester. Shot, glove save, McAllister Watt. Ryan Bakari to take the face off against Aceto. Sandor back in the corner with Locerbo. Puck comes free. Bakari with it out. Try to take that shot. Aceto deflects it on the far side hash mark. Stagno sends this in deep for Locerbo. Locerbo behind the goal, coming up on the near side. Drops it back. Aceto puts on the check with the puck is Bakari. He sends this in deep. Sandor back there. Checks number 91. And Sandor sends this over to the corner. Westchester over to get that puck. Comes over to Law. Law trying to pull it out. 91 driving it towards the corner. Puck comes free. Aceto tried feeding down. It was too far away. It's going to be on net. Save made. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Dalin puts a check on to Jordan Millar. Dalin with the puck. Feeds this out to Law. Shot. Save. Rebound. Fed out to the point. LeBeau with it. Fires it in. Another save deflected on the far side. Sandor picks this up at the point, feeds this back, and it's collected by Giuliano Stagno. LaBeouf sends this up along the boards at the hash mark. Acino with it. Acino skating up with this puck. Dalin at the blue line. Acino over. Acino in. Backhand shot. Save made. And the clock ticks off a second and a half. Clock should be at 20, and it's at 18 and a half. Tyler Main to take the face-off. He's got Van Wee and Verano on offense. Weaver and Drew Main on defense. Face-off won by Westchester. Van Wee goes into the corner with Zach McKyle. McKyle is just stalling it. The puck comes out, and it's sent down the length of the ice. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and it's an I. Oh, I missed the penalty. Was it rough? So there was a Westchester Express penalty. Number 8, Giuliano Stagno, 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of that penalty, 16:42. And at the end of 2 periods of play, it is Westchester Express 4, Utica Junior Comets 2. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Road Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski. Our Place Sports Exit 47 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exterior cleaning 315.com. Top Notch Roofing and Construction at topnotchroofingcny.com. Glory Construction and Development, Springside RV Park and Golf Course, and Divots Restaurant and Bar. After 2 periods of play, it is Utica 2, Westchester 4. I am me, Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you to make it a great day. And we'll be back with fresh ice in just a few minutes. In other hockey news, the New York Islanders lead the Rangers 5-0. Yeah, baby. Drew Main with this puck, takes this into the corner. He's got Tyler up at the point, has it knocked away. Tyler able to keep that puck in, though. Feeds this to him and knocked out, and Drew can't catch that puck. Puck gets sent all the way down. Utica is on the power play here, courtesy of the roughing penalty on Stagno towards the end of the second period. Weaver feeds this out to Mark Verano. Verano to Drew Main. Drew into the O-zone. Stops at the hash mark. Verano picks that puck up, and that's going to be a delayed penalty against Zach McKyle. And as Westchester touches up on that puck, Zach's going to go to the box for a roughing call. They said he had the puck. That's not true. So Westchester Express penalty, number 23, Zach McKyle. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 23, 2 minutes rough. And it is now a 5-on-3 for 45 seconds here. Power play for the Utica Junior Comets. And this feels like a delay of game. All right, Dallin in to take the face-off. Face-off won by Westchester. Law knocked down to the ice, and that puck gets cleared by Novello. Colin Aceto is going to hustle back after it. Aceto feeds this over to Sandor. Sandor over the blue line. Sandor tried stuffing that over to Verano. It got blocked, though, by Waselko. Aceto with this puck over the blue line. Feeds this all the way across for Dallin. Shot is blocked in front. Follow-up shot is saved by the Westchester goalie. Great feed from Aceto to Dallin. Dallin with a quick shot, but defender closest to him took a knee in front of him and absorbed that shot. Blocked it. Never made it on net. 10 seconds remaining in the two-player advantage, and then we'll have a minute 16 of a single-player advantage. Drew Main drops that off for Sandor. Sandor feeds this over to Weaver. Weaver steps up, shot, deflected, comes over into the corner, picked up by Sandor to Drew, back to Slater. Slater almost lost that puck there as Lucitis got a piece of his blade. Passes out in front, and Weaver couldn't get his stick free. Puck comes loose. Lucitis coming in, and shot, save made by Watt. We get a delayed penalty against Utica. Puck gets passed back. Novello feeds this over to not McKyle, 27, and Tyler Main finally gets a piece of that puck, and it's going to be slashing. So Utica Junior Comets penalty on number 13, Drew Main. 2-minute minor for slashing. Number 13, 2 minutes slash. Time of the minor penalty, 2:16 of the second period. And we got 4-on-4 hockey for a little bit. That puck gets dropped off for Dallin. Dallin's hooked. And Lucitis centered that pass. And that's going to be a hooking penalty on Lucitis. Oh my God, the referees agreed with me. That normally doesn't happen. So 24 is going to go to the box for hooking my son. Can't do that. So it is a Westchester Express penalty, number 24, Ernest Lucitis, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 24, 2 minutes hook. Time of the minor penalty, 2:31, and it's now a 4-on-3 power play for Utica for 27 seconds, and then it'll be back to 4-on-4. Face off won by Utica. Hinman sends that in off the official. Puck picked up deep by Stagno. He loses his edge. Verano centers it for Aceto. Verano shot. Oh, save me. Verano in after he's back behind the net. Battling. Westchester gets that puck and they fire it into their own bench before the blue line. So that'll be a face-off in their zone. So Aceto in for the faceoff against Waselko. Waselko wins that draw. Puck comes across. Tyler Main trying to make some space and has to pull this puck back into the neutral zone. It's 4-on-4 hockey. Daniel Hinman feeds this over to Mark Verano. Verano has that knocked loose. Hinman steps up, gets that puck, feeds it over to Tyler Main. Tyler, hard time catching that pass, and it's turned over. Zach McKyle got enough of it to get that out into the neutral zone. Campbell. Campbell tried kicking a kid. He almost got the same penalty as Happy Gilmore. Tyler Main able to feed that up for Verano. Comes loose, and Colin Aceto picks it up, gives this to Hinman. That's some of the ugliest passing I've seen in a long, long time. Verano brings this back into the O-zone. He gets tripped. Aceto looking for that puck. Puts a check on Millar, and coming away, Tyler Main. Main holding off Waselko. Main and Waselko in after the puck at the edge of the trapezoid. Verano comes over, gets a piece of it. Puck comes loose, and coming out with it is number 7, Rohan Novello. Novello's shot misses, rides the rail all the way around, held in at the point. That's put on the side of the goal, goes into the corner. Aceto backhands it up. Tyler Main misses it at the hash mark, and that gets fired right into the netting. We'll have that face-off in the neutral. Should be in the neutral zone. Well, the puck was shot from inside the zone, and I guess that's what the ref is going by, even though it touched nobody. The poor kid just sailed it right into the netting. Campbell back over to try to keep that puck away from Asta, maybe? Or is that Intravia? It's Intravia. Puck sent back behind the net for Weaver. Weaver passes it around Mucha. Mucha plays it off the board, sends this ahead. Going after it is Brady June, and the team's return to full strength. Great job of penalty killing in ugly fashion by Westchester. Drew Main misses that shot. Coming down is Intravia. Intravia into the O-zone. Centering pass is knocked loose by Aiden Van Wee. Puck's on the side. Campbell feeds this to Drew. Drew can't keep it. Puck taken away by Mikhail. Mikhail feeds this into the corner. Van Wee's on him. Van Wee nudges that puck free. Puck picked up by Asta. Sends this to the point. Shot save made by Watt. Loose puck grabbed by Mucha. Mucha gets this out into the neutral zone. Played back by Intravia. And Watt passes that in the trapezoid. Tried passing it to Van Wee. Van Wee not able to catch it. Mikhail takes this all the way back into his end of the ice. Passes this puck back to Stagno. Stagno feeds this for Vakari. Vakari has Dallin's puck taken, Dallin's stick taken away. That's going to be interference. Sandor with it. Oh, Sandor tried passing to a breaking Verano. Not able to hit him as it got intercepted. And we have the penalty call. Westchester Express penalty. Number 8, Giuliano Stagno, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 8, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 5:41 of the third period. And with a 4-2 deficit, Utica is on the power play again. This puck comes free, picked up by Lucitis. Lucitis is able to put that in the general direction of the goal. Watt plays this behind the net onto the far side. Mikhail comes in to battle for that puck in the corner. Mikhail has 3 Utica Comets wrapped up. But here's Mark Verano, comes out with this puck, tries feeding it to Hinman, gets deflected into the corner. Hinman, after it, has this in the trap zone. Centering pass, Tyler Main! Oh, what a save! Wow. One-time opportunity for Tyler. He converts it, and with magic, the Westchester Express goaltender is able to find that puck in his glove. Utica wins this faceoff. Drew Main with this puck at the point, swatted away by Bianco. Back to get it is Rocco Weaver. Feeds this back up to Drew. Drew at the blue line, dumps this into the corner to go after and chase it. And he's got head contact. He hit Novello on the head. He's going to get a high stick for it. Blocked him. Like, he didn't mean to hit him. It's just, and it was right in front of the ref, you know? So Utica Junior Comets penalty on number 13, Drew Main. 2-minute minor for high sticking. Number 13, 2 minutes, high stick. Time of the minor penalty, 6:29 of the third period. And we're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Something we're getting quite used to in this game. 10:31 to go. 4-2, Westchester lead. Intravaya has a secret game plan. Face-off won by Aceto. Intravaya's game plan is destroyed. LaBeouf with this puck, tries feeding it for Aceto, misses him. Novello plays this forward. LaBeouf gets this away from Asta and feeds this puck to Aceto. Colin tries giving this to LaBeouf, gets knocked into the neutral zone. Westchester trying to maintain possession. Novello stops short of the blue line. Novello passes this puck all the way across for June. Brady jumps this puck in, goes into the trapezoid with Sandor. Sandor rips this around. LaBeouf not able to get it stopped. Oh, Sandor trying to take that puck away. Mikhail with it. Mikhail on the far side sends this back out to the point for June. Fires it, deflected off the glass. James Law goes and gets that puck, sends this behind the goal for Slater Sandor. Sandor lifts this into the air for Aceto. Aceto not able to catch it. Novello has it, his end of the ice. Here comes Novello. Novello tried passing this across, gets deflected off of Aceto, comes back to the point. Novello comes back and picks it up. He skates this back into the neutral zone, passes this across to Gunnar Lavoie. Nope, that's a 23. Zach Mikhail with it now. Mikhail into the slot, shot, save, rebound, knocked to the side by Mucha. Now it goes back in deep. Mucha back to get it, tries clearing it, can't do it. Puck held in by Lucitis. Lucitis fires this puck across, shot, saves made. Puck goes back behind the goal. Law battling, not Law, that's LaBeouf. And Zach Mikhail goes down to the ice holding on to his shin guard, so they blew the whistle. He's holding his shin guard. I don't understand what's happening. These refs have to take classes, right? Face-off won by Westchester. They are on the power play as Drew Main sits out the remainder of the high stick penalty, and that puck gets cleared all the way down by Mark Verano. Dan-Dalin going in, challenging the goaltender. Forced on quick pass. Lucitis coming out with this puck now. Here's Lucitis in the neutral zone. Aceto challenging him. Aceto all over Lucitis. And Utica putting the pressure on. Van Wee fires that right into the crotch area of number 66. Hockey players should wear cups. Novello with this on the near side. Gets this into the neutral zone. Dalin able to pull it and gives it to Colin Aceto. Aceto into the slot. Loses that puck. Taken away by Brady June. He gets us into the neutral zone. Verano with it. Feeds us all the way across for Sandor. Sandor tried stretching that to Dalin. It gets tipped in the middle by Talmarks. Dalin in deep. Gets that puck near the slot. Swept away by Westchester. Here comes Westchester's Locerbo. Locerbo in it and hits the side of the net, and Watt covers that puck up. 7:35 to go in this game. 2 goals separate these two teams here in the third period. Face off, Ryan Vicari sends this to the corner. Sandor rips this around into the neutral zone, picked up by Stagno. Teams are even. Vicari with this puck in his end of the ice, passes it across to Stagno. Stagno challenged by Law, almost loses this. Now Hinman's going in and putting pressure on. What great forechecking here on Vicari. Vicari with this puck. Tyler Main forces him to drop past that puck back for Stagno. Stagno fires it up to Wassel, whoever that kid is. He loses it. Tyler Main backhands this out into the neutral zone. Stagno grabs this for Westchester, passes his puck over, and it's fired up. That got touched by LaBeouf, so no icing there. LaBeouf feeds Sandor. Sandor rips this all the way around. That's going to be an icing. And with 6:43, we bring the faceoff back down by McAllister Watt with a 4-2 lead for the Westchester Express. Mucha for the faceoff. Faceoff won by the Express. Loose puck in the slot. Comes back out to the point. Shot taken by Novello. Save made. Rebound shot. Goal! Zach McKyle. I think it was Zach. Oh, no, it was 93. Excuse me. Gunnar Lavoie. So Westchester goal scored by number 93, Gunnar Lavoie. Assisted by number 7, Rohan Novello. 93 from 7. Time of the Express goal, 10:30 of the third period. And with less than 6.5 minutes to go, Westchester leads 5-2. And that's an icing. Colin Aceto in for the faceoff. Puck is won by Westchester. They rip this all the way around. That's an icing. Aceto for the faceoff. Another faceoff won by Westchester. And here they come. Christian Bianco in, takes this in. Dalin with a hard check on Bianco. Takes him out. Puck drops down in the trapezoid. Comes up to the point. Bianco is down. He is hurt. I've never known Cameron to hurt somebody. First time. Coach is heading over. Christian Bianco still down on the ice. And they're helping him up to his feet, and looks like Christian is going to be okay. And the Westchester Express coach is heading back to the bench for his Lucky Charms. .557 remaining in this game. Oh, now the coaches, assistant coaches are yelling at him. I don't know who's being yelled at. Oh, they're going to take Bianco straight to the locker room. He's being helped. At first, I thought he was skating on his own. He is not. We'll give him the privacy to be escorted into his locker room by one of his assistant coaches. Cameron Dan-Dalin sneaking onto the bench so nobody remembers that it was him that checked Bianco into the board. All right, we're ready for a face-off in the neutral zone now. 5:57 remaining in this game. 5-2 lead for Westchester Express over the Utica Junior Comets. Westchester wins this face-off. Puck comes over. Robin Novello dumps his puck in on the far side. LeBeouf trying to get it out, held in. Mucha coming over to help out. Mucha gets that puck up for Verano, gets turned back in. Sandor in the trap yard, rips his puck back up at the point, caught by Millar. Millar, little short feed, top of the circle, and it's knocked away. Back over. Mucha and LeBeouf thought the other was going to get that puck. Finally, Mucha got it to LeBeouf. LeBeouf ended up putting that on net. Save made by the Westchester goalie. Campbell trying to get a piece of that puck. Can't. It's floated out in front. Verano got a piece of that. Campbell going after it, but first one to it is Intravaya. Intravaya back behind his goal. Sends it up on the near side for Marino. Verano gets a piece of it. Enough of it for Mucha. And now Marino sends this in. It's Sandor rips that off the far wall to Verano. Verano, soft pass meant for Campbell. Didn't have even close to enough juice on it. Shot taken by Marino, blocked. Campbell with this puck now. Here comes Campbell over the blue line. He's drop pass for Verano, knocked away by Westchester. Coming up with it now is Lucitis for Westchester. Lucitis, drop pass, shot, save made. Asta, nice shot off the drop pass from Lucitis. Great save by McAllister Watt. 4:39 remaining in this 5-2 game. Utica's got to get a goal here. Westchester in control of that faceoff. Van Wheat stuffs it into the neutral, the trapezoid. Sent around. Coming up is Drew Main. Drew led himself too far. Puck gets turned back in. Van Wheat back battling against Lucitis, not Lucitis, against Kralmark. Puck out in front and shot taken. Lucitis, save made. McAllister Watt. Van Wee with the stick lift. Tyler Main sends that up to the point. From the point, sent across for Kralmark. To Lucitis to Trowmarks. Trowmarks in the slot, turning, trying to pull the trigger on that shot. There's a shot saved, and that one gets buried in the back of the net by Ernest Lucitis, number 24. So Westchester goal, scored by number 24, Ernest Lucitis. Time of the goal, 13:02, and it is now a 6-2 lead. All right, switch earpieces. Maybe this will help. Missed check there. Lucerbo loses that puck in the offensive zone. James Law tried clearing it out, hit his teammate on his own bench, so we'll have a face-off in the Utica zone. .328 to go in this game. 6-2 is the lead for the Westchester Express. Colin Aceto for Utica, taking that face-off won by Westchester. Shot fired, and that got tipped in by Sam Waselko, number 21. Assisted by 72 with the shot. Or 73, beaten. Time of that goal, 13:36 of the third period. Van Wee going after that puck, goes through the trapezoid, loses it as it's knocked free by Gunnar Lavoie. There's a shot, save made by Watt. Campbell on the near side. Oh, not Campbell, excuse me. That's Hinman. Puck glove down by Weaver. Rocco into the ozone shot. Save made. Rebound goes on to the far side. Tyler Main sends it in deep. Verano out in front. Shot Hinman. I think that hit off the outside of the post. Hinman with it. Hinman taken out of that play by Millar. Millar back in his corner. Tried sending it around. That got blocked by Verano. Now this gets cleared. Van Wee chases that puck down. Hinman battling for that puck in the corner against 37. Tyler Main sends this in deep. Verano looking for it. Puck gets flung up along the glass by Lavoie. Held in by Van Wee. Loose puck in the slot is cleared out by Jack Pelzar. That's an offsides on Westchester. Face-off won by Utica. Sandor passes to Campbell. Campbell tried sneaking that through. Unable to. Mucha sends that forward. Puck swept over to the far side by Westchester. Picked up by Stagno. Stagno gives this over to Novello. Novello passes this forward. Touched over, and Kalmark's not able to get that on net. Picked up on the far side by Nucci. Nucci leads Mucha just a hair too far. Puck gets redirected. Talmark sends this forward. And that's going to be an icing, even though that got tipped by somebody on the center line. It doesn't really matter who. But these refs stink at this call. Just let the clock keep ticking. There's a minute 19 left. We're down by 5. 7-2. Colin Aceto in to take the faceoff. Pulls his puck back. It gets by Sandor and gets through the neutral zone. Coming back to pick it up is LeBeouf. LeBeouf gets tripped. We're going to let that go, though. Pass across the paint. Nothing doing. Intravia comes out in front, takes that shot, save made. 104 remaining in this game. Sandor picks that puck up off the faceoff. Final minute of play. Asta pulls that puck away for Westchester. Asta fires this into the far corner. That's interference. And he called it. So Westchester penalty number 91, whoever that is, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 91, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 16:11 of the third period. And Utica has the power play and trail 7-2. Puck ripped all the way around and down by Westchester. Sandor down to get it. Vakari coming after him. Sandor feeds this to LaBeouf. Vakari comes up on LaBeouf. LaBeouf drops this back to free up some space. Gives this puck to Sandor. He taps this out. Vakari with it. Tried making his move to the slot. Gets knocked away. Nucci battling for that puck. It gets passed back to Mikhail. Mikhail feeds this up into the air. Mucha gloves that down. Tries passing this forward for Nucci. Not able to connect. Mikhail picks this puck up. Goes behind his net. 10 seconds ago, tries sending this down the length of the ice. LaBeouf going after it with Waselko. LaBeouf hits the side of the net. 2.5 seconds, and that's the end of this game. It's been a long day, everyone, but I had some great hibachi for dinner. Got a player down in the corner. He's just slow to get up. He went down feet first. Lost his edge, saw it happen. So from the Brewster Ice Arena in Westchester, nope, I take that back. From the Brewster Ice Arena in Brewster, New York, home of the Westchester Exchange, this game ends in a 7-2 victory for Westchester as they defeat the Utica Junior Comets. Another thank you to all of my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown for all of your ice hockey needs, including pro shop equipment and on ice and off ice training, as well as leagues. 3-on-3 leagues forming now. Dupree's Cleaning Services, interior and exterior cleaning. Check them out at exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Contracting and Roofing. Find them at topnotchroofingcny.com. Serving Oswego County and all points south, east, and west. Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structure construction needs. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you got to be streamside. Find them on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse of Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. From the Brewster Ice Arena, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day.